The vibrant history of cha-cha-cha. The story of the cha-cha-cha is one of rhythm, creativity, and cultural fusion. Born in the vibrant heart of 1950s Cuba, the cha-cha-cha emerged as a dance that encapsulates the spirit of an era filled with innovation, joy, and the irresistible urge to move to the beat. Its history is not just the tale of a dance, but a narrative that weaves together the threads of music, cultural exchange, and social evolution, the birth of a new rhythm. To understand the origins of the cha-cha-cha, we must first step into the lively streets of Havana during the mid-20th century. Cuba, at this time, was a melting pot of musical influences. The island had already given birth to a variety of dance styles that had captivated the world, such as the son, danzón, and rumba. However, the mambo, a faster, more complex dance, dominated the dance floors. It was energetic, rhythmic, and wildly popular, yet it required a level of skill that made it difficult for some to master. This is where the genius of Enrique Jorrín, a Cuban composer and violinist, comes into play. Jorrín was part of the carranga orchestra, a type of ensemble that typically featured flutes, violins, piano, bass, and percussion. He noticed that many dancers struggle with the complex syncopations of the mambo. Rather than seeing this as a limitation, Jorrín saw an opportunity to innovate. He began experimenting with a slower tempo, simplifying the rhythm while retaining the infectious energy that made mambo so beloved. In his experimentation, Jorrín introduced a syncopated rhythm that allowed for an extra step, one that dancers could easily follow. This rhythm was characterized by its distinct timing, 2 quick steps followed by 2 slower ones, often described as 1-2 cha-cha-cha. The sound of the dancers' feet on the floor inspired the name cha-cha-cha. The dance that emerged from this rhythm was not only easier to learn, but also brought a new level of playfulness and accessibility to the Cuban dance scene. The dance takes flight. The cha-cha-cha quickly gained popularity in Havana's nightclubs. Its infectious rhythm and simpler steps made it a favorite among both seasoned dancers and newcomers. The dance floors of the 1950s were soon filled with couples gliding and twirling to the music, their movements embodying the joyous and flirtatious nature of the dance. The cha-cha-cha wasn't just a new dance. It was a social phenomenon that captured the essence of Cuban culture, vibrant, communal, and full of life. The spread of the cha-cha-cha beyond Cuba was swift. As Havana became a hotspot for American tourists, the dance found its way into the United States, where it quickly became a sensation. Dance instructors across the country began teaching the cha-cha-cha, and its popularity soared. By the late 1950s and early 1960s, the cha-cha-cha had become a staple in dance halls and social gatherings around the world. The evolution of cha-cha-cha music. The music of the cha-cha-cha is as integral to its history as the dance itself. The carranga orchestras that played cha-cha-cha were known for their light, melodic sound, which contrasted with the heavier, more intense big band music associated with the mambo. The use of flutes, violins, and piano gave the music a distinctively elegant and joyful character. The musical structure of cha-cha-cha is rooted in Cuban son and danzón, but with a simplified rhythmic pattern that made it more accessible to a broader audience. The tempo of cha-cha-cha is moderate, typically ranging between 120 and 130 beats per minute, which provides the perfect balance between energy and grace. This tempo, combined with the characteristic cha-cha-cha rhythm, gives the dance its unique charm. Notable composers and musicians played a key role in popularizing cha-cha-cha music. Apart from Enrique Jorrín, other influential figures included Orquesta Aragon, whose recordings became synonymous with the sound of cha-cha-cha. These musicians helped to shape the genre, creating music that was both rhythmically engaging and melodically captivating. Cultural significance and impact. The rise of the cha-cha-cha was more than just a dance craze. It represented a moment of cultural fusion and social change. In Cuba, the dance symbolized a blending of African and European influences, reflecting the island's diverse cultural heritage. The rhythmic patterns of African drums met the structured melodies of European music, creating a dance that was uniquely Cuban.